maybe I'm not making myself clear. I think that is actually the reason why everybody is scared by it. Ciao guys, my name is Andrea and I want it all. And today I want to play with AI. It took a while before I got together my ideas about artificial intelligence. Everybody's talking about it nowadays, so I felt this overflow of information, but I have to admit, it was an overflow of opinions. As I think almost everybody in the world, I fetch my informations about things on social media. This means that most of the time you don't get facts. You get people talking about facts. That's the beauty of social media. Everybody can turn on the camera, talk about stuff, say it's true and go viral. But if I see and listen to stuff about artificial intelligence everywhere, does this make me an informed person? What I've learned so far is that the world is divided in two. The first half thinks AI is evil, and the second half is basically flexing what they can do with it. Also, I know it's a very sensitive topic nowadays, and there is an overall concern about it. The fear is that it's stealing human talent and efforts and knowledge and pauperizing humanity by moving production from people to machines. So because of social media, every time I think about AI, I always think about the consequences it's bringing. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it the end of a good era of creativity in the human history? Or is it just a new technology that people will have to keep up to? So what's my opinion? My opinion is, will my opinion make any difference? If I say it's evil or if I say it's genius, will it change anything? I'm not voting. It's not like each one counts. It can be something bigger than people. It's like a worldwide flow, moved from the natural will of human beings to simply evolve. I think also that it feels so big and new, but also in some way so dangerous that it's been a while that we as humanity felt this sensation of evolution. That we did something that could actually change the future. Maybe sending rockets to space with people in them was the last one. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty mind-blowing, guys. Anyway, I cannot stop it. I'm not responsible for it. Thank God. Mind of the pressure the people that have to keep it going must have. So you know what? I will just enjoy it. I wanted to understand if it can do what it's meant to do, which is creating breathtaking art. But not breathtaking because it's made by a machine, which has an obvious wow factor. I mean breathtaking because it's actually beautiful. I'm sure we are not here to watch at birds with hats or monkeys paying taxes, right? So what's the best software? What's the best style? What's the best subject? I kinda want to use artificial intelligence to go through an artistic research. I want to see if I can pull stuff from it that can actually be useful. I just don't want to be the audience of it and not for sure the judge of it. I just want to play. DALL-E, that I think was the first one, it's actually the only one that found its way to get known by me. But now there are many more and I want to know which ones. That was my method. I just asked Google which were the best 10 AI softwares out there. And then I made a list out of them and see which ones are the top mentioned. Let's see the results. I'm not even listing all those websites that came out of the research. Just remember it was February 2023 when I did it. And that's all the software the most mentioned by them. I cut off everything above 5 mentions out of 10 websites. As you can see, DALL-E is basically mentioned everywhere. There is not a single time that people talk about AI without speaking of DALL-E. And so that's the first one out of 3 that we're gonna try today. But as you can see, there is a tie, so I need to find out another way to pick the second one. Of course, my method was social media. I picked only Instagram and TikTok because Instagram is the place where you talk about images and TikTok because it's TikTok, come on. I collected how many times the name of the software was used as an hashtag in posts and the same hashtag how many views had on TikTok. Also, the numbers between them are absolutely out of scale, and I decided to cut 3 zeros out of TikTok numbers. This means that if a video had 1 million views, I wrote down 1000, and in this way there was some sort of proportion between the two social medias. So let's add those numbers to the chart. Midjourney is absolutely the most used and viral software of the moment. It was almost cut off from the previous method. It barely passed with a 6, and now comes up that everybody's using it. So now we have the second software we are trying today. Now, in order to pick the third one, I needed a much more personal factor, and I added my personal taste. I went through all the websites and simply looked at the homepage. They always put a showcase of the best artworks, and I simply put a no under the software that I didn't like. 2 notes about that. I don't like the outputs of Night Cafe. I know it's very famous, but there is something off with them for me. And also, I didn't like the process of Artbreeder, which is very famous, I guess, but I don't like the process to put together things and ask the software to put a layer on them. It's just not the way I wanted to play with it. As long as I like both Deep Dream and Stable Diffusion, I had to go with the other factors and land on Stable Diffusion. Here we are, guys. We have the 3 softwares I wanna try. Now, what kind of art do I want to pull out of them? I don't want to do modern and digital art. I've always been in love with classicism and neoclassicism. So if I can pull something like that out of AI, it will be just fun. Originally, I thought about 2 other kind of artists like Salvador Dali and Hieronymus Bosch. I'm not sure about the pronunciation though. Those 2 were so genius, but I thought also that they already invented such incredible creatures and environments, and they bent reality so much with their creativity that I'm not sure I can make surprising art just referring to them. And also the fact that Bosch made those 500 years ago. It's just something a machine could never outdo. Do you know which artist we should do instead? Caravaggio. Caravaggio, not Caravaggio or stuff like that, okay? Caravaggio. As subjects in classicism, I always loved the human figure, how they portrayed the human anatomy, and also the light, the ability to use shadows to enlighten a subject, and the overall realism, like fabrics, details, surfaces. And with that, I'm done with all that I needed. The softwares, the style, and the subject. So now let's play! Here we are on DALL-E. I tried to make a portrait of a woman inspired by Caravaggio, which means dark background, the light draws the woman, the fabric makes waves and pops out, the woman is lying down, she's resting, she has grapes in front of her. I'm not sure what's happening here. I mean, okay. We have just to scream holding our faces because it's the most amazing thing ever done by a machine. Yes, it's groundbreaking technology. Okay. I know. And I could punch me in the face if I was the one that invented it and anybody could talk about it like me. I know my place. But the outputs are sketchy. It gives the vibes of some early version of a game that it's not yet fun to play with. For those kind of stuff, I should punch myself in the face. But it's just that I don't see myself actually using it. It's something people play with and post on social media and talk about because it's fascinating, but it's not absolutely useful. And my task is not accomplished. He just cannot make Caravaggio paintings. That sounded very Italian. He just cannot make Caravaggio paintings. Come on! And also, it cannot deal with faces at all. Even with the editing software, which costs credits, it simply cannot put together a face, not even place a new decent eye. I'm pretty sure I'm mistaking something. Let's move to the next one. Stable Diffusion. I want to keep Midjourney as the last one just because it's so viral. There must be something about it. Once again, very easy interface. Not so stable, my dear Stable Diffusion. It often gives back error outputs, making you feel you are asking too much, and actually made me tone down the details of my requests a little bit. But I don't think it was the problem. It's just that maybe it just needs to be improved. Also there is this option guidance scale, which I don't know what it is. And I mean, guys, I'm a millennial, I know, but I don't think it's old-fashioned to just put explanations on stuff. I don't think it's past generation interface design to explain stuff when it's absolutely not understandable what it is. And it can also be very detailed, like 0.7, what's that? Apart from that, the experience is pretty much the same, but the output is not. It's pretty clear to me that as softwares they are focused on very two different goals. DALL-E puts all the effort in composition. If there is a body, the body must be normal, well formed. It must have two arms, two legs. Okay, the face is not okay, but it wants to make sense. On the other hand, Stable Diffusion focuses a lot more on aesthetic, on light, color, the reference you gave him. I said him, like it's a person. It's like he really wants to stick with the Caravaggio reference and really make the output feel like it, but bodies and proportions are all off. For example, this one has absolutely no structure of a human body, and this other one has huge grapes. Just because the description was she has grapes in front of her. If you see portions of the illustration, it's really beautiful. The grapes are much more Caravaggio style, but the overall feeling is that it's just a mess. Why don't we play with Midjourney now? I will save you all the process. It's a totally different software with a total different process. It's a mess. We are now used to portals where you write stuff, they are white with the place for your text to be written in, you write the stuff and then you have an output. There is like one button. Now you have to download a software. There is an app called Discord. You download it in your laptop and then you have a new world in front of you. I swear, I have no idea, not even what I'm showing to you. There are a lot of stuff that I don't know what they are and why they are here. And for the first half an hour, I actually had to see tutorials about that, because there are chats where you talk to people and where you talk to the software. You have to learn the language in order to speak to the bot that will make your images. What? Are you asking why is it? I don't know, I have no idea, I don't know why you're asking me. Apart from the method, that I know it must be linked to the fact that it has much more options, and with options and personalization comes complexity. But apart from that, this is another championship. I believe that everyone talks about DALL-E for two reasons. It was the first one and it was actually groundbreaking, and it's so easy to use, so everybody can for free and in a couple of minutes have the feeling of interacting with artificial intelligence. You know, I lowered down my voice because I needed to be calm about that. This Midjourney is a level of capability that actually shocked me. I think that Midjourney is actually the reason why everybody is scared by it. I mean by artificial intelligence. And I swear I scratched the surface of it. I read that the software is huge and you can ask for a lot of more stuff and personalization and I don't even know, okay? Now you are thinking, why don't you show us the process? It's because it's the same process made more awkward and difficult, but it's the same. And also you write in chats and stuff and go look for the post you made in order to see the result of your request. But apart from that, I just want to skip to the result. That's the result. That was 2 tries, something like under 10 clicks. Maybe I'm not making myself clear. I actually asked the software for a woman laying down, dressed with white sheets, with curly red hair, with grapes in front of her in Caravaggio style, and the software made this. How is that even possible? So that's it, guys. What did I learn today? Did artificial intelligence shock me? Yes. And by surprise, I've found it out of this world. Will it actually be useless for me, for my job, for projects? I think yes. As something absolutely new, I think that there could be people that will lose money or jobs because of it. And also people that will gain money and jobs because of it. The first first ones will say it's evil, and the second ones will say it's genius. But my final opinion is this: if now machines can paint, write, speak, so if they basically can create content, the difference, once again, will be made by people. The more help we'll get in doing stuff, producing and creating stuff, the more we are challenged to come up with ideas. Your mind, your ideas, your unicity will be the next key, the new gear to have success in life and emerge. The better the softwares will be, the more brilliant we'll need to be. So that's it, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Who knows where this is gonna take you? Hit the like button if you like the video, or the dislike one if you didn't. This is Andrea and I want it all. See you soon. Are we done?